In this mindfulness practice, we are going to have a look at our thoughts. Before I start, I'd like to invite you to close your eyes or take a soft gaze on the floor in front of you. Whenever we are awake, our mind is creating thoughts. We are constantly thinking. Sometimes particular thoughts almost feel like they are controlling us. Worrying thoughts, sad thoughts, anxious thoughts, and angry thoughts. These kinds of thoughts can feel like they have a power over us. Yet when we look at them, we become aware that a thought is just a thought. In other words, a thought is not a fact. Yet we often treat thoughts as if they're facts. For example, we may have reoccurring thoughts such as, I'm no good, nobody understands me, I'm useless. We may have these kinds of thoughts so often that we start to believe and internalize them. At some point, we may believe that these thoughts represent objective facts. When we have a thought many times, it can condense into a belief. A belief is just a thought or thoughts that we have a lot of the time. Beliefs can be taken as facts. For example, the thought that the world is flat. Enough people believed that this thought was true so often that it was assumed to be a fact for centuries. In this case, this thought became a belief that was then treated like a fact. When we start to pay attention to our thoughts as they occur moment by moment with gentle curiosity and acceptance, even when they are painful or uncomfortable, then we start to think about thinking, and we move away from believing that thoughts are facts. So now I'd like to invite you to start to notice your breath. Notice the physical aspect of breathing in and out. Noticing when the breath enters your body and when it exits your body, and how it feels while it's in your body. I invite you now to gently bring your awareness from your breathing to your thoughts. Allow yourself to notice any thoughts that come into your head at this particular moment. You might become aware that you are having difficulty thinking about your thoughts. You can become aware of that. You might be thinking that you can't notice your thoughts very well. That is a thought that you're having. Allow yourself to think about that. Allow your mind to pay attention to a thought related to something that is going on in your life right now. It could be something pleasant, it could be something unpleasant. Just allow your mind to have thoughts about something in your life at this particular time. As you stay present with your thoughts, notice when the thought first arises. Now perhaps you notice the thoughts come and go. See if you can become aware of when a new thought enters into the front of your mind and an old thought slips away. Some people like the imagery of picturing thoughts as leaves floating down a stream. As you become aware of a thought, you can imagine it on a leaf floating down the stream. As each thought arises, perhaps you can see it placed on a leaf, and as it passes through your mind, it floats down the stream. Perhaps you begin to notice another leaf floating into view. See if you can notice as it gently floats down the stream. For other people, it might be helpful to imagine thoughts like clouds in the sky. Imagine your thoughts as clouds moving across the sky, blowing at different speeds and changing shapes. That's what thoughts do. They move and change shape. Remembering that thoughts are not facts, they are simply things that our mind is doing all of the time. One of the things that you might become aware of as you notice and pay attention to your thoughts is that just at the moment, at the very instant you notice them, they pass. Once your thoughts have passed through your awareness, they are replaced by another thought or set of thoughts. And then those thoughts pass through your awareness and are replaced. And really, that's what happens. Thoughts come and go. Sometimes we become welded or fused onto our thoughts. That's when we start to treat the thoughts as objective facts. Consider painful thoughts that have been around for a long time. I invite you to consider noticing the painful thoughts and allow them to happen as they present themselves in the present moment. I wonder what might happen with your relationship to your painful thoughts when you allow yourself to be aware of it as it occurs, and instead of holding on or gripping on to that thought, allowing it to pass when another thought arises. Now, when you're ready, gently bring your awareness back to your breath. Start to notice your inward breath as it occurs and your outward exhalation. As you notice your breathing, allow yourself to notice any thoughts that are happening in your mind. Notice the thoughts come and notice the thoughts go. This is a way to be mindful in the present moment. As you notice your present thoughts, see if you can accept them without judgment, remembering that thoughts are not bad or good, positive or negative. Thoughts are just thoughts that you have in a particular moment. When you're ready, allow for the sounds of the room to gently enter your awareness. And in your mind's eye, bring up an image of what the room looked like before you closed your eyes. And when you're ready, open your eyes and bring yourself back to the room.